Okay. I know on our last set of interviews we had talked about Keefe D because he had a court case or whatever, and you had mentioned that you think he's going to plead out. Do you still think that? And if so, what are your thoughts on what a judge would potentially assign him or sentence him to based on his age and based on, kind of his health and stuff like that? What do you think is best and worst case scenario for Keefe if he were to plead out?
Well, the judges don't care about your age or not for a sentence because they got certain standards and and ways that they got to go by and give sentence. Because if you give one person this amount, you got to justify why you give a person another amount. You can say because of health conditions or because he never been in trouble before and he's haven't been in trouble since then and he did it because of this, where they can take all of that stuff in consideration. So I don't think the judge would take in consideration giving him lack of time because of this is a man that has been arrested 4 times and been into the penitentiary system for 4 times, and so he's not gonna get no love because of never been in trouble before. He's done been in trouble for violent crimes, shooting into somebody's house, and so he's not gonna get a pass for that. So I think that the sentence would be, anywhere from 15 years on up if he just went straight to a trial. Now, there's recommendations that can be made by the DA office to the judge if he pleads out and take a plea deal. And I think eventually that's what's going to happen, that he's going to take a plea deal once the lawyer exhausts all of his motions to have the case dismissed. And so I always say, you never know if you're going to get a crazy judge or a judge that will be like, because y'all got to remember, judges are mostly ex-defense attorneys for the most part. And may be like, hey, that's not how the law works, or this is how I don't believe it should happen. Just the self-incrimination alone is not enough. And that's all I think, all I know of, that Keefe D has done has been self-incriminating himself. But there's possibly that there's more other than self-incrimination by Keefe. I know a jury of reasonable people, not trolls in the YouTube channel world. Self-incrimination is big if you're not crazy. When people be like, he's not crazy? And he said this? How many times did he say this? Grandma Mary and Auntie May and Uncle Jesse and John and they not like you trolls in the YouTube that watch, this stuff and debate and go back and forth. They're really people that be like, you don't say stuff like that if it's not true. This is how they really think. And you're not crazy. That's why always say that nigga need to be sitting in there rubbing shit all over his face, acting like he's crazy. But, so I give that slim chance that possibly that a judge may be like, hey, I can't put this man in jail for a long time for self-incrimination, and I'm going to dismiss all the tapes and all this stuff, or half of them or whatever. I can see the judge possibly doing something like that, and then maybe Keefe D will walk. But if the judge just be like, hey, after they send him for a psychological evaluation, because the judge going to have to definitely do that. It haven't came up yet, but he going to have to prove to that judge that he's not crazy. And once he does that and a psychological person says he's not crazy and he's not a compulsive liar and he's not making this shit up, then Keefe D has taken his last step as a free man, unless that cancer really do kick in, and then he may get out on some compassionate release one day. Which, hey, that's between him, God, and the judicial system. But that would be my take. I really believe that the DA in Vegas wouldn't have taken this case if they didn't think they had a fighting chance, and they just not doing this for show or publicity stunts, which I know a lot of people that watch a lot of TV and stuff like that believe that's how law enforcement work. But no, their records is more important to them than public opinion. They really care about their records, their winning percentage. And so, yeah, my guess would be 15 to life. Yeah.